Hello students, your teacher here, Mr. Sarasinski, with another episode of Getting Ready for Geometry. And in this episode, we're looking at some lines that I've drawn here, and we're being asked to identify all the sets of parallel and perpendicular lines. Now, in the last video, we learned that, when lines are parallel to each other and they're cut by a transversal, they form these special angle relationships, and one of those angle relationships are corresponding angles. Corresponding angles are in the same position, the same side of the transversal, and we can use that to prove that lines are parallel. If we know that two angles on the same side of a transversal in the same position are congruent or equal, then by definition, if those angles are congruent, then we can say those lines must be parallel. So let's talk about parallel first, then we'll shift to perpendicular. So parallel, my parallel lines that never intersect are, it looks like we have an angle here and an angle here that are both 90 degrees. And I know that from that little box that indicates it's a right angle. And since those are on the same side of transversal CD here, since they're both on the same side of transversal CD, which is intersecting PQ and RS, then those are corresponding angles. They're equal and they're on the same side of the transversal. So I can say that line PQ is parallel to line RS. And just by looking, that's, I think, the only set of parallel lines in this diagram. So now we can change our focus to perpendicular. Now, by definition, perpendicular lines are lines that intersect at a 90-degree angle. Okay? So let's see, what lines do we have in the diagram that intersect at a 90-degree angle? Well, it looks like, to me, PQ and CD. PQ and CD intersect at a 90-degree angle because we have that little box there. So I can say line PQ is perpendicular, upside down, capital T, to line CD. All right, well, what else? It looks like we could also say line RS is perpendicular to line CD because they also have a box there in the corner. So we can say line RS is perpendicular to line CD. All right, so now let's see, do we have any other perpendicular lines? Well, I see one more box here between lines AB and line TU, which indicates a 90-degree angle. And if those are intersecting at a 90-degree angle, then they must be perpendicular. So we can also say that line AB is perpendicular to line TU. I am your teacher. This is the way.